Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to this platform. It's been a minute and I'm hoping and I'm crossing my fingers that I'm consistent. So we will always I think the universe is telling me that I'm about to lie, but here we go. I'm leaving this in. So here I am going to be intentional about posting, and we're going to be intentional everywhere. I am here to talk about my journey and my growth at the moment and what I've been up to. I've been in a season of finding myself. I am looking for the new me, the healed me, the one that's to go forward. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about what kind of talent I'm planning to share with you. And before, I used to be nonchalant, and obviously not all, although they say all publicity is good publicity, but that's not always true. And I remember being being paid on Facebook, posting my rhetorics, and then someone will go off at me and then I'll come and drag you on social media. And I think at the time it works because I was out here promoting events, I was out here doing unruly behavior, and yes, it was a source of income, but it became draining, emotionally draining. It became something that I didn't know what identify after I took a minute to sit in my feelings and figure out what is it that I'm actually doing here. So I'm going to reintroduce myself on all my platforms. Hi, my name is Sherrie. It's a pleasure meeting you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for coming on this journey of healing, of growth, and being part of my virtual therapy session. So I'm going to take it to different levels. We're going to discuss different things, and I intend to post every day. And I'm putting this on myself to post every day. And also, I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't celebrate nothing religious, but I don't celebrate Christmas, but I don't celebrate it. However, I would do themed. I'll vlog for Vlogmas, although I mostly work from home, but I might be intentional about navigating my work pattern so that it can be inclusive, so I can have various things to do throughout the day that you guys can now engage in. But yeah, so I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful that that can work out. So as for today we will do I'll do this introduction video, which is reintroducing myself on this platform again. And as I had guessed in my house, I didn't want to be like shh, 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 shh. When recording, I wanted to have our time where I'm deliberately talking about things. So I had my family over, my mom and my dad over, and we would have discussions here and there. But obviously they're Christians, they would have their church from here and so forth. And one thing I have figured that they too are growing. It's hard to believe. My dad is almost 70 next year, and you can tell that there is an intentional getting to know me as an adult behavior where I can't use my past experience with them that has shaped the tangent of my life and hold it against them. I have to meet them where they are. And this is where I have to suggest that we take diaries, we start writing as part of our therapy sessions, or like me, record. Maybe my daughter or my son one day may see this, and then they might take lessons from this and then move on from that, and hopefully take notes and say, okay, my mom did this and she went through these struggles, and be authentic. But one thing I promised myself is that what I'm going to share is as honest as I can get, as truthful and as close to truth as I can get without offending anybody. And I don't think that in any growth when you offend someone, there is any growth with you. Yes, there is some things that people do that I might not like. However, I don't think it's for you. It's for myself. That's when I would document it in my diary for myself. But humiliation, like a lynching situation because we have a difference in opinion, is not something that I want to go on. So I am going to be intentional about doing this going forward. So on reflection, I got a random. My mom is not very cuddly and emotional, but she had a random morning. She woke up very cuddly, and I looked at her like, "Are you all right? Are you all right?" So yeah, it is. It is. You can see that it might not be my way of trying or how I want to receive. I want them to acknowledge certain things or certain choices they have made, but what going forward I had to affirm and make form my boundaries and say that going forward you have to respect my wishes, and saying that I also had to be careful and intentional that I am not hurting their feelings, because obviously in their mind when they made these choices they meant well. Honestly, they did. I don't think they meant, no one has children saying, oh, I'm going to harm them. I don't think that's ever anyone's original intention. Anyway, at least anyone who's normal. And I've had a good life, to be honest. I've always been middle class, not so much, yeah. And everything else was, yes, they were overbearing, they were too controlling, they were controlling to the point where you would assume that maybe their parents were controlling. Surprisingly, their parents were natural. Maybe that's what made them, okay, we need to control. No, you were able to make choices, you were able to make decisions. This advice to all the parents: you were able to mess up your life, make mistakes, get up and figure it out. But I realize I'm high functioning on some things, and then some things that I need a slower process to process them and understand and comprehend them. And the two extremes of my personalities, which I have since found out as an adult, which is I've got tools to navigate that. Someone would think, oh yeah, she is a high achiever, but maybe I'm disinterested in the things that you're interested in. So in some of our conversation, I had to sit there and say, well, I'm not interested in that, to be honest. I'm focused on this, and I'm trying to get to this first before I can do all of this. Fair enough. Because yes, the bigger picture, yes, your vision is big, but it's not my big vision for myself. Yes, one day it might be aligned with yours, but it's not today. And I was saying it in love, and Dad was like, yeah, Dad. I was like, yeah, but Dad, I know you mean well. I know you would like that for me. However, I would like to be in other spaces, not that space. And I love that for you, though. I love that you wish me well. However, this is not where I want to be. But yeah, so we had those conversations. We have those instances that we are sitting in a situation where we can have a conversation, and also being conscious that as much as I am sensitive, I have to also know that I come from them. They are just as sensitive. And knowingly, I've also realized with time, it's a personality thing. There's people who intentionally listen to disagree. And these people can be your parents, these people can be your friends. They're choosing to disagree with the situation. They're choosing to the way you deal with things. Yes, I think things happen to me and I go through them, but I don't have an attitude of staying in the situation. Okay, that's happened, but what do I do going forward? Because I've survived it, obviously. That's why I'm here. And that's my attitude to things, you know. I'll be like, okay, cool, but I'm not going to make myself uncomfortable in this situation whilst I'm trying to find a solution to that situation. I'm not doing that. I'm not that person. So I find the best in every situation. And honestly, I am proud of me. I am proud of me. And I'm proud that I have come so far. And just the other day, I had to physically just let go of my company. And solely because I think it's becoming stressful trying to sell, so I'm just thinking like, yeah, liquidate, just throw it in the bin. We're just not gonna go back and forth. Let's just just go into closure, because I can't function being scattered all over the place. I have to be intentional with my time, and I have to be intentional with my energy. I can't be in London and in Scotland at the same time. It's not possible. Now I'm fully employed, 9 to 5 kind of galley, and I work from home. Yes, ideally I would have structured my time, but I'm being paid for a service. I'm being paid for that time, and I intend to use that time to do my actual job. So that's the thing, sacrifice that I had to sit in and be intentional about and talk about. And this means financially I can't be like I used to be, where I felt comfortable and I always have a backup plan. But I think there's a time, this is the time, and this is a note to myself, so you can learn from it, or you can suggest and advise towards it. I think it's a note to myself. I'm not having a backup plan in terms of my growth. I think I'm just going to water myself, fertilize myself, till the land, so that my growth, and I'll sprout out as something else new. But I know that I have to break down to become something new, but I can't be holding on to the past. I can't hold on to things that don't serve me in this era of my life anymore. So I'm being intentional. And yes, there are some decisions I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't have chosen that decision. And I'm not coming to this decision lightly, but I have to make this decision because it's for my best interest. Being conscious and intentional about certain things in my life. Maybe later on you can ask me intentionally, like, what, so I can give you a breakdown of what's been going on, what I can share, and I will share with you. But ultimately, I am grateful for life. I am grateful for life, good health, and now I'm being intentional about rebuilding this temple and going to the gym, exercising. I'm also on TikTok, both as Miss Vogue or Sungai Vogue, and I have not decided which content will be going where, but I am going to be posting. I am going to be intentional. And in as much as there is so many things going on, I think that today is the day that I've got, and today I will post something, and today we'll get this started. However, all in all, follow me on all my platforms, support me on this journey, support me on my growth, and feel free to write it up, and I will start promoting stuff as well and getting on top of that. So I have a fun pack. I took some time off. I was supposed to be in America for my annual leave, but I had family over. My dad had cataracts removed in his eye, so he was visually impaired, and then it was affecting his driving, so where he couldn't drive. So now he needs to get assessed, or they just need to confirm that he's now been fully discharged, which now he is, so he can get back on the road. So all those are life changing skills that if my family is not well, sometimes it becomes a burden on myself, because I'm the eldest in my family. So you are intentional. You don't want to be overbearing, because they're adults, they are grown, because they wouldn't like that. They're like, listen, I'm your parent. You don't want to overstep, but at the same time you want to be present and intentional with the time that you have with them, and also think that it's a blessing to see of both my parents at the age that they are, and they're doing what they want to do. We are supporting their vision. We are seeing them be whatever they want to be, and I am grateful. So in all to say is that I'm all over the place, and I am looking for my place. But guess what? Who said I have to be in one place? I can be in many places. So for talking about myself, I'm just figuring it out here talking to you in this recording right now. When I talk about things that I'm experiencing, I'll be talking about that on Sungai Vogue. When I'm talking about things that I'm seeing on social media, my opinions and strong opinions on that, I'll be talking that on Miss Vogue Ginger. So please follow both platforms. I'll just be authentically me on all those platforms, and I will be intentional. And for the season, for the Christmas, I have no Christmas intro, unfortunately. The budget and the time won't take. However, we are going to vlog. We're going to intentionally vlog. There'll be no decorations in my house, obviously, but I do have a lovely surprise for my nieces. I got it from Tesco's if you live in the UK, and it's a black one. So I'll be, every morning I might introduce you and find out where this little person's going to be. But I always thought they come in green. But anyway, there they are. So we'll see where they'll be hanging out around the house, and then if we find them in the morning, and we'll get to know, we'll do a little story time and we stick to it. But yeah, I'm also gonna send 2 of them, one each for my niece in England and my nieces in Essex. So, well, they're all in England, because I just like that it's brown. It's a brown one. So yeah, so we'll be having fun with this. We're gonna figure out where we're going to go. We follow me on this journey. I'm also gonna be on TikTok. I'm gonna be posting on TikTok as well. So let's be honest. Let's be candid. Let's allow ourselves to go, and you're gonna see the healing journey with me. So that's that. Anything else, please feel free to DM me as always if you don't feel comfortable, but please do engage on the comment section. Please comment down below, have your opinions. I'm not going to be strongly opinionated. However, I'm not going to be blocking anyone, because I think we're all adults here. And yeah, it's all love, and hope to see you soon. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please. Anyway, thank you for being here. For the few that have watched my videos, thank you very much. I really truly appreciate you. And I'm gonna post this on Miss Vogue Ginger, so let the games begin. Love you. Bye.